Behind the Badge, brought to you by Big O Tires.
How do you know when it's time to retire? Well, I put that question today to several Utah police officers who recently decided to call it a career. And what makes them say they're ready to walk away in today's Behind the Badge. Knowing when it's time to retire isn't an easy decision. Just ask NFL superstar Tom Brady. From this February to last, he retired twice in 1 year.
You only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year, so.
Brady played football for over 20 years and finally called it quits at age 45. That timeline is also similar for Utah police officers. Many work 20 plus years, then decide it's time to move on. The latest to hang it up, 43-year-old, now former police sergeant Anthony Chapman.
You don't look like a guy who's retiring.
Yeah, I got in law enforcement pretty early, and 20 years came by and went. And
Chapman just retired 3 weeks ago from West Valley Police.
We're going to honor you with your retirement badge.
The department threw him a big send-off party, and he's no longer in uniform.
it is a weird feeling. It was sort of surreal. It's like, oh, this is it. You know, it's not a dream. It's not. We're not joking anymore. This is it.
How did you know it was time to retire?
I think mentally you just know when you're ready to go. You know, it's like a sports player. You know, they want you to retire when you're high, not when you're on your low, and you just sort of know. You just mentally, physically, you're like, it's time.
I had progressed within our organization to
Former West Valley Deputy Police Chief Scott Buchanan just went through it 10 months ago. He retired after 26 years on the force. As comfortable as he was saying goodbye, he says letting go was harder than he expected.
I underestimated the emotional toll. You could do all the planning that you want, but it is definitely a shock to the system when you remove yourself from this family that we call law enforcement.
Both men say becoming eligible to receive their police pension played a big role in the decision, but they also wanted enough time to start a new career, one Chapman is looking forward to.
A little less stress, not worried about being called out, not worried about a lot of other things you worry about when being a police officer.
Right now in the air, put him up!
Part of what worried Chapman as an officer was the increasing pressure brought on by added technology and nationwide anger against police.
That helps build the pressure to be perfect. Nobody can be perfect, but a lot of times we feel like we have to be perfect. We can't make mistakes, you know, because a mistake from us can cost somebody their lives, which is unfortunate. Nobody wants that, but that pressure of being perfect all the time sometimes can get old.
Despite what made the job difficult, Chapman says there's a lot he'll miss, like the people and the bond he's made with friends at the department.
Any chance you pull a Tom Brady and unretire?
No chance of that.
In a one-horse open sleigh.
So after a 20-year career for Chapman, that's a wrap. The last time he signs off.
I will be 1042.
Sergeant Anthony Chapman, we thank you for your honorable service. Wish you and your family the best in your adventures and safe travels. Congratulations. 1042.
And the final goodbye, riding out in style. Now, for both of these men, timing played a key role. Buchanan also told me he stayed an extra 6 years after becoming eligible for his pension because he still felt like he had room to grow. For Chapman, as young as he is, he has kids right now moving on to college. So they say the situation at home and what they got out of the job day to day are big factors too.